This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Good morning, everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Habayim. We have two very important shiurim today. Today's a very big day. I want to begin today's shiur with a personal request. As you know, we're now in a campaign to build a Beis Midrash and a home base to be able to continue to disseminate the shiurim. Baruch Hashem, there are a lot of listeners from a wide variety of countries, and of course everyone is humbly requested if they could participate on whatever level they're able to. But we're asking everybody if you could join us Sunday night at 9 p.m. for a 15-minute Zoom meeting about how you can help us. We would really be honored and touched if you would set up a page, a team page on charity, and it's very easy to do. And this way you could get some of your friends and family involved. It's the Zoom link is very simple. You all know it. It's this. What we come on every Friday and every Wednesday. It's the same Zoom link. It's going to be 9 p.m. Sunday night. If you're listening internationally, there'll be another one Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to know more information, you could go to the site rabbidg.com. You go to news. It's on the news section. And please consider participating, making a team page, whatever you're able to do. Some people, the range is from a small amount to a large amount. So whatever works for you, it would be a very big boost to our campaign. Thank you very much. We're now going to do, continue in our share on Pirkei Avos. We are up to Mishnah Gimel. And Mishnah Gimel seems like a straightforward Mishnah, and Rabbeinu Yona has a twist on this Mishnah like you cannot believe. In the future I hope to have the source sheets for you for the Pirkei Avos part. Mishnah Gimel. Antignois ish soichai kibel mishum tzaddik. Antignois, a man of soichai, he received the Torah from Shimon HaTzadik. Hu haya omer. Antignois used to say as follow. Meaning, Rashi says, this was something he frequently said. Al tiyu cha'avadim ha'mishamshin asarav al-manas l'kabel pras. Do not be like a servant that serves his master on condition to receive reward. Now, what does the word pras mean? Rashi says pras is a lashon of erech, like be'erechin, which the Targum translates beporsane. Meaning, my needs. One should not fulfill mitzvahs because God will provide for them. Ella, rather, the Mishnah says, Hevu ka'avadim ha'mishamshin asarav shalaya manas l'kabel. One should be like servants that serve their master, not on condition to receive reward. Now, the Rambam learns pras refers to reward, gemul, that from someone who doesn't owe anything to them, but does it as a chesed. And therefore, Antignos ish soichai is saying, don't serve Hashem on condition that He will benefit you and bestow good on you, and you hope for the reward. Serve Him like someone who's not anticipating any reward. Meaning the Rambam seems to be saying that one should not serve God to get olam haba. If you remember, in years past, we mentioned that even though the Rambam says that one should not serve God to get olam haba, that is not the view which is unanimously held. The Abarbanel in many places disagrees, and Rabbi Eliyahu HaKohen of Izmir sides with the opinion of the Abarbanel that indeed it is correct and proper to serve God for olam haba, for the world to come. One should not serve God for goodness and reward in this world, but one is in fact encouraged to serve Hashem for olam haba. Again, it's a machlokes. The Rambam says one should not serve God for olam haba, and the Abarbanel says yes, you can and you should. and pras refers to like reward in this world. But today we're going to focus on Rabbeinu Yona. Be like servants that serve their master, not on condition to receive reward. Vihi moira shamayim aleichem. And the fear of God should be upon you. Meaning, even though you're not serving God to receive reward, so that means you're serving Him out of love. So you think if I'm serving God out of love, then fear is not necessary. It's not needed. No, you need a dose of free will service as well as fear of God. Now, let's see Rabbeinu Yona. Again, you may actually have Rabbeinu Yona unknowingly in every shas in the Gemara Avodah Zarah. In the back is Pirkei Avos, and it has on the bottom the commentary of Rabbeinu Yona. So if you have like a big shas, you could see it in Sarur Mishnah Gimel. Antignois ish soicha kibo mishum natzadik hu haya oimer al tiu cha'avadim hamisham shenas harav amanas lekabel pras she'ein zu avodah shlema. This is not a complete service of God. She'ein oyoisa b'shvo rabbi. You're not doing it for your master. Ach lekabel pras. You're doing it to serve, to get reward. In other words, somebody who serves Hashem to get reward, he's not really serving the master. He's serving the paycheck. He doesn't really care about the master. So therefore, one should put aside any anticipation of reward and do everything l'shem shamayim. But what should you do? Our Mishnah says, this is very interesting. Our Mishnah says, be like avodim that meshamish the Rav, shelo yamanas lekabel pras. Not on condition to get reward. But look at this girsa. Rabbeinu Yona has a girsa, hevu ka'avodim ha-meshamish the Rav, almenas shelo lekabel pras. Serve God on condition not to get reward. Now that's very different. You hear the nuance? We usually read the Mishnah, serve God not on condition to get reward. Rabbeinu Yona says, serve God on condition not to get reward. Yesh oimrim, some say, she'ein lavedas Hashem amanah shaloi lekabel pras. Some say, no, don't do that. Don't serve God on condition not to get reward. Ki ein lo adam lasos ha-mitzvahs al das shelo yeh lo pras aleim. Person should not do a mitzvah not to get reward. In other words, nobody should say, God, I'm serving you not to get reward. The correct gersa is shaloi amanas, not on condition to get reward. Shaloi yasa mitzvah b'shvel hapras. You should not do the mitzvah to get reward. Afal pi sheyesh loi lachshav, even though you should think ki sachar yeh that you will be rewarded. In other words, the simple interpretation over here is, you cannot have a girsa, do not have a girsa, serve God on condition not to get reward. It means don't serve on condition to get reward, but know that you will be rewarded. But says Rabbeinu Yona, in my opinion, the original girsa is correct, serve God on condition not to get reward. Aval nira loimer ki girsa sasfarm hu ikar. The girsa sasfarm is primary. Sha'avoida kazu matzin b'vnei adam. That actually you should serve God on condition not to get reward. Ki ha'eved miknas kaspai, because a servant who you own, who you purchased, chayiv lavad avodas rabbi b'lo shitan lepras, has to serve the master without any reward. Gam kein yesh lo adam lavadas Hashem amanash shaloi lekabel pras. One should serve God on condition not to get reward. In other words, did you ever have a situation in life where you wanted to help somebody and you knew the person might pay you for it, and you didn't want to be paid? I'll give you an example. Let's say you're shoveling snow, and I'll give you a bad example, but I think it will make the point. Let's say you're shoveling snow, and there's a family on your block. They just suffered a great tragedy, and they're sitting shiva, and they're really in a very bad situation, and you want to go shovel their snow. the last thing you want is for them to come out and pay you $40 for shoveling the snow. I mean, like, it's not why you're doing it. You just want to show them that you're trying to help. You really don't want to do it for that. You're almost doing it on condition not to be paid. It's like, if you knew you would be paid, you wouldn't do it. You'd let somebody else do it, you know? You're only doing it because you're not getting paid. So one has to have that attitude, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I don't want it. I don't want it. It's like, I owe you anyway. I'll give you another example. Here's a good example. Let's say like this. Somebody was down on their luck, and they had no job, and they couldn't find the shidduch, and they couldn't graduate high school, and nothing was going their way. And a benefactor came along and tutored them, and got them through high school, got them through college, found them a wife, gave him money to buy a house, gave him money to buy a car, and the benefactor comes to you, he says, could you do me a favor? I need to make a minyan in my house tomorrow. Could you come help me? Sure, it's the least I could do. Then after Shabbos he comes and he gives you $18. You say, no, I don't want it. That's the least I could do for everything you've done to me. He said, no, please take it. You spend 15 minutes of your time helping me out. I really want to pay. No, chas v'shalom. That's the least I could do. Why are you doing this? You're insulting me. You're insulting me. You've done so much for me, and I did almost nothing for you. You're embarrassing me by giving me the money. It's like, you're shaming me. You can't give me, you can't let me reciprocate even a little bit. It's like, it's not right, it's not nice. So that's how we should feel to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. God does so much for us. He's done so much for us. Everything He's put us on our feet. He's allowed us to reach whatever stage we've reached. The least we could do is do a mitzvah. Now He's going to reward us? No, you're embarrassing me, Hashem. At least let me serve you. It's overwhelming what I owe you. It's almost not nice, It's like when somebody helps you so much, and then you do a little favor and they want to pay you, it's almost insulting. So I think that's the attitude we should have towards schar. We owe HaKadosh Baruch Hu so much that the little mitzvahs we could do for Him, don't embarrass us by paying us. So therefore, gam ken yesh adam laved as Hashem amanash shaloi lekabel pras. Therefore, a person should serve Hashem on condition not to get reward. Elam ne chesed shgemalei kfar, only for the kindness that he already did. When they malos harav, and because of the greatness of the Rebbe, shuroi lekach. This is really serving God out of love. Shenemar v'yahavta is Hashem aleikecha. Ve'ezu hi ahava shlema b'vnei adam. What is complete love for people? Haroitza l'shamesh lo'ayavoy b'vnei ahavasa yamim kamenum. Somebody wants to serve one who he loves because of a long-standing love. Even if you know that the person won't reward you. That's how a person should serve Hashem. Obviously, it doesn't mean that you're like being moichel the reward, but it's a certain attitude toward the reward that Rabbeinu Shalom, the reward is irrelevant. It's the least I could do for you. I want to do it. It's almost, no, please, don't, you're embarrassing me. You're embarrassed, don't, Sometimes it's like a person, because of either the altruism or the situation or the feelings of friendship. I have a question like this. Imagine if your brother made a wedding and you came to the wedding and he said, here's $100 for your gas. I really appreciate that you came. I mean, you're not going to... No! Chas v'shalom, I'm not going to take money for that. So, I'm doing it out of love. Your parents' a birthday party. Oh, here's money. I really appreciate you came. No, I don't want it. I owe it to you. It's the least I could do. But even though we have to serve God out of love, the fear of God should be on you. To serve God out of love and fear. Like an Eved who serves his master out of his greatness, and he realizes he could punish him, so it comes out he serves him out of fear, not out of fear of punishment. So the fear that we're discussing here is not fear of punishment. It's from the honor and the greatness of the master. It's not that we're afraid that God will punish. Oh, I'm afraid if I don't do this, God will punish me. It's the awe that the master has the ability to punish. That type of reverence should always be maintained, despite the fact that we also have Avos Hashem. Okay, so that's Mishnah Gimel, Pirkei Avos.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.